If you were a parent, would you push your children into the track of runners or people running? Let me know below. So this situation that happened is being viewed from a lot of different ways, right? There's a lot of bad people in this video, speculation as to what is happening. I don't think it's that deep. Well, it's a little bit deep depending how you look at it, right? So there was this marathon, I'm assuming. There's a different language here. Mia Maratona, which I guess means I'm a marathon, or like small marathon. In the video, you can see people running towards the finish line, right? They're pulling out the finish banner. You know when you break through and you're meant to be like, oh my god. They're pulling that out, ready for people to break through. The last minute, as they're coming just down this little bit of hill, which must have felt really nice after running for so long, through this bit, this man kind of pushes his children into the, not push as in, but like suggests his children walk into the path of the runners. Okay, take a look, because it's kind of a weird situation, but take a look at the video. Okay, so you might be watching that and thinking, okay, it's not that deep. I watch it and think it's not that deep. But then I started seeing like comments about it, right? And people talking about it. Let us overanalyze this video for just a second, right? So we have the runner running, and okay, so first up, we can see the guy here, right? He's kind of looking towards the runner, the person, the mum. We're gonna say it's the mum. We don't actually know this, by the way. And here are the kids. Now, it looks like he's like, go on, children. Go and run in front of your mother. The very last minute, she's about to finish a marathon, right? And bear in mind, how long do you train for a marathon? I can't answer that because I've never done it and never will. It's just not my thing. Good luck to you who have. And well done to you who have. But okay, so the mum's coming and he's kind of like, go on, go on, go on, go on. This child then runs towards the mum. She swerves. She swerves like someone trying to miss a rabid dog. Now, and then the dad kind of looks at the mum, and I don't know if he's like, wow, that was rude, or whether, I don't know, but he's looking at her. This child is pointing at the woman, so we're assuming it's her mum, right? She walks through, she's done all good, and then he keeps looking backwards and forwards. I don't know whether he's like, go and get her, but then he does this like, he got like this shrug situation. Now, in my mind, people are kind of like having a go at him and being like, listen, you shouldn't let your kids run into the path off the runners. They need to complete this marathon. And I don't really, she doesn't seem to like turn around. I don't think she's very happy with herself, which is great. She's worked really hard for this. She's checked the time. She did really, really well. Great, good for you. That's amazing. And then I guess like maybe her coach or someone or some guy, I guess it's some guy, is like celebrating with her also. Now he does seem to be on a move down towards this group of people. You can see that, but then it finishes. This whole video, by the way, wasn't about that situation. It was just about people running a marathon, a mini maratona.
You will not believe this. A mother ran right past her children to win a marathon. The husband so nicely put both children right in front of the finish line so that the mom could stop, lose the race, and hug her children and then cross the finish line. A husband, a father, and an avid marathoner and Ironman triathlete. Yes, I can believe this. Let's talk about it. There's a time and place for everything, and placing the children right in front of the finish line, which was apparently a very important race for this mom, was not the time or the place. This mother has likely spent months training for this marathon and likely to achieve a certain time and hopefully to win the race, which she was about to do. Right before the finish line is not times for hugs and kisses with the children. My wife has tried to qualify for the Boston Marathon multiple times, and my son and I, we go and support every single one of them. But again, that is to support her. Nothing for us, to support her and her goals and her dreams.
Every single mother who has had to defend herself watched this video and got pissed off at that dad. How much do you want to bet that the first thing that man said to his wife when he saw her was nothing encouraging, nothing positive about her winning this, Nothing in the room. It's going to be a completely selfish statement that goes along the lines of, didn't you see you ignored the kids? I pushed them out in front of a bunch of people running at their top speed and you just like ran around them and then you didn't stop. You didn't stop what you were doing. You didn't drop everything to pay attention to them.
So there's a few different reasons why people are angry about this, right? And a lot of them I agree with. The one of the reasons being, sorry if the camera keeps shaking, one of the reasons being is that obviously the mother in this situation, or to be fair, we don't even know it's the mother. I'm referring to them as mum and dad. It could be auntie and uncle. It could be, sister. You train for marathons, right? I swear it's like, do you train for a year? I don't know. But you have to be really good at running. And then to have your kids last minute, no offense to children, but for the dad to encourage them to go and run towards them and ruin, I'm gonna say it, what the mother has been working towards for such a long time. She's about to finish first, from what we know, in a very short time. I guess that's why they're filming it, because it's the first few people. When I was watching this, I saw the motorbike as well, which I was like, your kids shouldn't be running in front of a motorbike. You never know. They could fall over. It could ride over its head. The child's head. I always get this kind of situation in when you go ice skating, I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna fall over because someone will chop my fingers off. That kind of thing. But then there's also this whole side of mother guilt or mum guilt. It's almost as if the mum can't do anything for herself or shouldn't be able to do anything for herself because it is deemed as selfish. So mum guilt is a name given to a feeling of guilt and shame some people feel when they don't live up to their own or others' expectations of their role as a parent. It's like an internal dialogue that tells you you're failing as a caregiver. That's quite deep. So in this situation, the guilt can be two things. The fact that she has been training so hard for something she wants to do, and perhaps that's taken away time from the children. The guilt here in this situation is maybe the fact that her children aren't part of this and she should be celebrating with her children, Which I don't think is a thing. I think you should absolutely be able to do whatever the fuck you want for yourselves. I also want to come up with a few other explanations from the dad's side here, right? I think the mum was absolutely correct to swerve those kids. I just have to say as well, listen, your kids don't have to be involved in everything. Is it nice for them to have some involvement in things? Yes, when they're invited to do so. Bridesmaids at a wedding. When they're invited to be part of a situation. These children aren't invited. Children in general, I assume, aren't invited to just run on the thing. Your kids aren't entitled to take part in absolutely everything. You have to keep them safe out of people running. She could have run straight into them. Now, I'm not a parent, but I do know that this is incorrect, what's happening here. This isn't a child experience. If they want to run a race when they're older, good for them. Do it. You know what I mean? So, and people, of course, online are speculating about this dad. This one TikTok post says that guy that put his two daughters on the racetrack when his wife was running was being manipulative. Everyone knows to not distract racers, and it was important to her. Now the daughters might feel a way about it, and his defense will be that his daughters wanted a hug. He should have waited till after. So is he just a nasty guy trying to ruin this great moment for his wife? That's real speculation. We can't sit here and say that. That's kind of too far. Now, what we can speculate is that the dad is stupid, right? And didn't think and was like, oh, it'd be so nice if she was running and the kids ran up and she picked them up and they ran across the finish line and celebrated as a family. You know what I mean? That's not nice. So maybe he wasn't thinking straight. Obviously, not maybe. He obviously wasn't thinking straight and was like, go ahead, go ahead. Another thought here. He wasn't pushing them into the thing. Let's overanalyze. Now, it almost looks as though he's trying to hold them back. If you notice the kid in the white, the dad is looking up that way, looking at the mum, and so are both the kids. The kid in the white then runs forward, and it almost looks as though the dad is actually trying to keep them back. His palms are down as if to grab, not push. And you can see the kid almost breaks away from his arm and his arm is left like this. And I don't think he could keep hold of him. Bear in mind, right, he's got these two children plus He's trying to keep hold of his doll for some reason, which he put on the ground. And he doesn't seem, like his posture as well is kind of still bent down, like he's still ready to go into action. He's not like standing up and clapping and like, oh, my family. And he does go to reach to kind of bring them back in. Part of me thinks that this was a little bit of a mistake. The kid seems a little bit upset, but it's like, you know, what kid isn't upset? Kids don't know, do they? They aren't to know. But the kids do seem very, look, she's still like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. Which it was embarrassing. This is a situation that is so, what's the word? Literally a lot of people have made it like a lot deeper than it really is. It's literally just some kids running to the pathway and a dad was like, come back. You know, but everyone's like, I heard some horrible speculations online. It's abusive relationship, all this kind of stuff, which I'm sure it was just a very simple mistake.
There is a statement from the wife, from what I can tell, that the original plan was actually to cross the finish line with the two daughters. However, she didn't realize she was actually going to come first in this whole marathon, or win first, or place first, whatever happens in a marathon. So when it came down to it and she was like, you know what, I really need to focus, finish that cross line first, and then I can see my kids later. And good for her, and that's what happened. Perhaps this is why we did see some hesitation from the dad, because the plan was originally there and then he saw she was winning also. Maybe they're quite in sync and they both had that hesitation of like, you know what, I'm winning, let's not do this.
Okay, let me know your opinions down below. Do subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.